It happened in seconds, without warning or explanation. A boarding pass scanned, a screen refreshed, and suddenly everything changed. When a black man was rebooked at the gate without consent, the terminal didn't erupt. It watched closely as a quiet standoff unfolded and a manager finally stepped forward. The gate area hums with the familiar tension of last calls and final checks, passengers clustered in loose lines, eyes shifting between screens and phones, and the black man stands among them, prepared, boarding pass ready, calm and focused on the routine he has followed countless times before. When the disruption begins not with an announcement but with a pause, the scanner hesitating. The agent's expression tightening slightly before they look back at the screen, and then the words arrive. Brief, technical, unsettling, informing him that his reservation has been changed, that he has been rebooked, and the timing lands heavily because the flight is actively boarding, because he did not request a change, because no one warned him this might happen, and he listens carefully, asking measured questions, seeking clarity rather than confrontation, yet the responses remain vague, referencing system updates, capacity adjustments, policy language that explains everything and nothing at once. And nearby passengers begin to notice, not because voices are raised, but because stillness has replaced movement, and he stands there, grounded, not stepping aside, not surrendering his place in line, calmly stating that he did not authorize any change and that he arrived on time with a valid boarding pass. And that calm shifts the moment, because it interrupts the expectation that inconvenience will be quietly accepted. And as the agent continues to consult the screen, repeating procedural phrases, the imbalance becomes visible, because the decision was made somewhere else, without his knowledge, yet he is being asked to absorb its consequences, and he does not comply automatically, instead requesting to speak with someone who can explain why the change occurred, and the terminal waits as the request travels upward, and when a manager finally steps forward the dynamic shifts again. Because authority has entered the conversation, and the facts are reviewed more carefully. Timestamps checked, system notes examined, and the silence stretches, filled with the quiet weight of accountability. And as the review continues, it becomes clear that the rebooking was not prompted by his actions but by an internal adjustment, an automated decision applied without communication, and the manager's posture changes subtly as responsibility becomes harder to deflect. And when the explanation finally comes, it is precise and technical, but it confirms what he has maintained all along, that he did nothing wrong, that the change was imposed rather than requested, and the correction follows swiftly, restoring his original booking, reopening the path that had been closed moments earlier, and the terminal watches as order is re-established, not through force or escalation, but through calm insistence, and the willingness to wait for authority to engage honestly. What gives this moment its impact is not the rebooking itself, but the expectation surrounding it, because systems often assume compliance, relying on confusion and time pressure to move people along, and black men in particular are frequently expected to navigate these moments carefully, balancing assertiveness with restraint, knowing that tone and demeanor are often judged before facts are considered. And his calm was not accidental, it was deliberate, shaped by the understanding that visible frustration can be misread while quiet certainty demands engagement, and by refusing to step aside or accept vague explanations, he forced the situation into a slower, more accountable space, where decisions had to be explained rather than enforced, and the absence of hostility did not weaken his position, it strengthened it, because it left no distraction from the central issue, that a change had been made without consent. And that consent matters, and when the manager reviewed the details, the truth emerged not as a dramatic revelation but as a confirmation of what he had said from the beginning, and although the apology that followed was brief and procedural, it marked a shift, because acknowledgement replaced dismissal, and those watching could see the difference between being managed and being heard, and that difference rested entirely on his refusal to disappear into the system's mistake. And for him the moment reinforced a familiar lesson, that calm does not mean passive, and patience does not mean surrender, and while the disruption cost him time and certainty, it did not cost him dignity, because he maintained control over how the interaction unfolded, insisting on clarity without aggression, and allowing the facts to speak louder than assumptions, and in doing so he modeled a form of resilience that often goes unrecognized, one rooted not in endurance alone but in self-trust and composure. And as the boarding process resumed, the terminal returned to motion, but the impression lingered because people had witnessed accountability surface not through confrontation, but through calm persistence. From a broader lens, the incident reveals how much power automated systems hold over individual experiences, and how easily those systems expect people to adjust when decisions are made without transparency, Yet his experience shows that adjustment does not require silence, and that questioning authority respectfully can still shift outcomes, and although the correction happened quietly, without spectacle, the timing mattered because it occurred before the narrative could settle incorrectly, before inconvenience could be reframed as inevitability, and his calm insistence ensured the story ended with truth rather than assumption, and those who witnessed it may not recount it aloud, but they will remember the pause, the review, the manager stepping forward, and that memory subtly reshapes expectations about agency and fairness in public systems, and for him the significance lies not in the restored seat alone, but in the confirmation that his voice mattered, that he did not need to accept confusion as final, and that knowledge carries forward, reinforcing confidence in future moments when systems fail or overreach, reminding us that while procedures shape movement, people still have the power to slow them down, ask questions, and demand clarity. And sometimes the most effective response is not resistance or resignation, but calm presence that refuses to be moved until the truth is acknowledged. If this story resonated, share it with intention, not to spotlight disruption, but to recognize calm advocacy. Support conversations that examine how systems make decisions, who bears the burden of errors, and how dignity can be preserved in moments of uncertainty. Follow for more stories that center lived experience, quiet strength, and moments where patience and clarity change outcomes. Because sometimes the most powerful step forward is simply refusing to move until the truth steps forward too.